Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Friday, the 13th, Friday the 13th, of June 2025. A very varied day. I know we've had a lot of these recently, these days that are just completely different things thrown together. Today was no exception. We had another one. All right, so let's talk. It actually was quite a fun and good day. We started off today with a bridge level one podcast. It was actually, instead of an hour and a half or longer like usual, it was under an hour. We hung out, we talked, we had some topics to discuss and things like that, but it wasn't anything major. It was more just a more casualized show. We talked about some of the driving sims that are available for next week for my wheel, because we want to do an extra driving stream. We talked about the end of Claire Obscure. We talked about a lot. All right. Overall, fun podcast. And then we jumped into what I call demo day. Many of you may not even remember, but back in the day, long before I was a PC gamer again, long before the era of even modern streaming, there were entire days I used to do back in the day where I would sit down on like Xbox Live and just download a ton of demos and play them all in one big session. And therefore, I'd have like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 demos in one day that I would upload to DSPGaming, and people would enjoy seeing me play these various up-and-coming games and see if I liked them or not and if they're worth their time. Today we did that because now I realized we can do that again because PC gaming, there's demos. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of demos available, particularly on Steam. So today we played 4 demos during demo day. We played Hell Is Us, which, to be honest, we played for about an hour, just under. I think it was like 45, 50 minutes. And I got the gist of what it is. It's not what I thought. A lot of people are like, oh, this is going to be like Dark Souls. It's not. It is an action-based combat game with a lot of exploration and puzzles and platforming. Not platforming, but like climbing, scaling, parkour. It kind of reminded me of like Uncharted, but with hand-to-hand combat abilities and things. A little interesting hybrid. The thing is, in that short amount of time, you can't really put your finger on if the game is going to be good or not, right? I think for what I played, it was passable. You be the judge. You can watch the gameplay here, but nothing really blew me away either. I guess the question is, will the skills get better? Will the monsters get more elaborate? Is the story good? You just can't get that from 45 minutes. So overall, kind of in the middle of the road on that one. Then we played a game called Cast and Chill. Now, let me tell you guys something. We have been talking about getting a fishing game back into the rotation after I played Bassmaster many years ago, and we never tried anything else. Now, I'm aware there are fishing games available on PC that weren't available on console, but the problem is with a lot of these, they're just not very good. They're outdated or old. I know there's one that's called like Call of the Wild, like Catch the Fish or something like that, but I've seen it, and the graphics are bad. It actually is quite repetitive. I mean, it's nothing great, This game, Cast and Chill, is pixel art, but it looks kind of like a game from the late 80s, early 90s, kind of like one of those, how can I say, click and point adventure games, but it doesn't play like that at all. You're in a boat with a dog. You row out on the lake, you cast, you start catching fish. You go sell them. Now you can either upgrade your rod, you can upgrade your lures, you can upgrade your boat, and then you go back and you fish more, and now you can get better fish, and you can keep practicing this and leveling up, and it's incredibly relaxing. If there's a day to night transition, all kinds of wildlife start showing up in the background. It's very chill. And I was saying to everyone, this would be the kind of game, if we want to relax on a late night chill stream, much like we used to do with Bassmaster, this would definitely be that kind of game. And of course, it was a 50-50 split. People who like chill streams are like, oh, I like this. This is cool. We want to see more. And other people were like, oh, I hate this game. It's boring. Well, you came to the wrong kind of stream, right? Good news is it comes out next week, and it might be cheap. So we'll see, but I'm definitely considering trying this out over the summer as a chill stream one of these nights and see if it works, okay? Then we tried a game called The 100 Line something Academy something something. In a nutshell, this game is Danganronpa combined with a panel-based RPG game. Think Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics. It's a hybrid. It's not just a visual novel, but it also has these combat segments. It was okay. Like, I wasn't blown away by it. Still, they don't voice act everything, which is very frustrating when you got to read a bunch of goddamn text in 2025. Like, they still can't voice act the whole game. Pretty stupid. For me, I thought it was all right, but I was frustrated because the whole point of demo day was to play about a half an hour, 40 minutes of each game and get through a bunch. This game would not stop and would not actually save. So because of that, we played an hour and I said enough. I said, dude, I played this for an hour. It's still doing story. I don't care. And I just quit out of it. That's dumb because that demo was supposed to, it says it saves your progress and you can continue in the main game, but they lied. You have to play it for like an hour and a half for it to save, which is really disrespectful. They should have checkpoints and they should have save points in it. That was really freaking dumb. So yeah, that did anger me, to be frank. And then lastly, we played a game called Tenebris Somnia. I think it's Tenebris Somnia. You know, don't quote me on that. You can see the video on the channel. This is a really unique game. It's horror. It's point and click adventure. And it's live action movie horror-esque special effects. What do I mean? So when you start playing, it looks again like a point and click adventure game, kind of like Maniac Mansion or something like that from that time period. But it quickly turns into a dark horror plot with gore, and then monsters appear. And every time a new monster appears, the game goes to a real person in a real filmed movie-like scene with a monster coming at them that looks like it's actual, you know, horror with effects and makeup. It's not CGI. It's actually a real horror prosthetics and things that look crazy. So it's kind of a really interesting thing that they're doing, alternating between the two. It was a 40-minute demo. I loved it. I thought it was really good. Some of the puzzles can be tricky, but you know what? That's how point and click adventure games were back in the day. And I actually really enjoyed my time with the game. So overall, with those four, I would argue probably Hell Is Us is a maybe. I don't know. I want to learn more about it. But the cast and chill, I would definitely play as a chill stream with you guys at night. And also that Tenebris Somnia looks really good. I think if that comes out around Halloween, that would be a perfect game for that time of year. So hopefully it does. Okay. Did we hit a support goal? No, but we got close. We got over $100. All right. So it's like, it was okay. Listen, I would have loved to hit the goal. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, it's not the end of the world. We still did good. People liked the stream. Okay. Tonight on the late stream, we tried something different. It was Friday Night Fights, but instead of focusing on PC gaming, I bought the Capcom Fighting Collection 2 on PS4, PS5, and I said tonight, let's play it on PS5 instead. Let's actually test it on there and see if we can get more people and better connections, because we've been playing it on PC, and from what the stats are on Steam, there's less than 200 people who are even playing it ever. We're not getting matches. When we get them, they're insanely laggy and just a waste of time. It worked. No exaggeration. We got nearly nonstop matches. Only one match lagged. The rest of the matches were actually good. Now, of course, we had to start up at slow ranks, but I tore through everyone. Did I lose? I lost a couple, one or two, but I mostly won all night. I got from rookie to super gold rank in one night. It took me a month to get to platinum on PC. On this, I just, boom, turbo through and whooped everyone's ass, and the connections were much better, so I was playing better, even with new characters. I was using characters like Iori, who I've never even used before, and I was learning how to play with them. So it was a really good night. People really liked it, and guess what? We hit the support goal. So we're now at 15 out of 20 goals. This has been a rough week, I'm not going to lie. If you remember, we did DSP Tries It back on Monday. You would have thought, geez, with another 5+ days of streaming, you would have hit another goal. No, it's been rough. You know, it's not that we're having terrible streams, except for Claire Obscure. Yeah, that one was terrible, but we're just not getting to the 150 anymore. Now, it could be because of just timing. It could be just because of bad luck. It could be because of the games. I'm hoping that next week things will get a little better. I would like to do DSP Tries It Mod Pizza on Monday or Tuesday, but that means that we're going to have a lot of support on Sunday and Monday to make that happen, all right? So remember, I am off tomorrow. I hope that you enjoy the gameplay and you have a safe and fun Saturday. When I return on Sunday, there will be a full Level 1 podcast, followed by a fun stream of Liza P. Overture. We're getting a good chunk into the DLC. We're actually using new weapons, like I'm using Wolverine claws now, which are really cool. So it's working out well. It's actually becoming a really good playthrough. And then at night, American Truck Simulator returns, my second night ever with the wheel, the pedal, and the shifter. It's going to be exciting and fun. It always works out. You guys love it. We chill, we talk. I have some White Claws. It's a good time. So I hope you'll be here on Sunday. Next week, tons of great stuff, including one more stream of Blueprints. We'll see how far we get. the premiere of the new playthrough Automusha 2 HD, which everyone's excited for. Me too. I've heard it's a shorter game, so it should be great. More Mario Kart World at night. A second driving game, of which I'm not sure what it's going to be, but we are going to do a second driving game next week. We have some options to talk about and more. You know, it's going to be a great week of balancing all these great games. I certainly hope you guys will come by, and please, let's get back on track next week and get momentum back and support these streams so we can get some goals hit. All right? Thank you all. Great streaming week. Finished up all the slow stuff. I would say the only thing left is Blueprints, but we're only going to play that maybe once a week moving forward, so it's not that big of a deal, right? Good stuff coming. Thank you. Have a safe Saturday. I will see you all Sunday. Peace out.